Welcome to Confident Chaos. My name is Melinda, and we're going to do a reading for Aquarius. So Aquarius, come in, baby. Get comfortable. You know the only rule is to be kind. We're going to see what's going on with you. I want to adjust something. I'll leave it. All right, I don't solicit readings. I don't ask for donations, but you can leave a super thanks. If this is your first time here, welcome. I'm cool. And if you're a returning subscriber, hey boo, what's going on? I know a lot of people are back at work today. Thank God my baby is back at school because he tries my nerves. He missed the bus this morning, so I had to drive him to school. Okay. Aquarius. Wow. I feel like, you know how when you're at the casino and you're like, well, let me take that back. You ever seen a scene in a movie when someone is so desperate to double their money or make more money and they go to casino with their very last and place their bets and pray to God? You know, that kind of energy, like this is my one last try. This is my one last ditch. This is the one last chance I have to do this, to accomplish this. Ooh. Let me plug in the microphone. Sorry. The microphone fell, child. Hold on. Okay. So I'm going to tell you why I say that. We have Desert of Isolation. We have One Last Move and Dreamweaver. I feel like you are making an attempt at something and it feels like this is my one last shot to get this accomplished. And I am putting everything I have into making this happen. This is something that you pictured yourself doing, accomplishing in your mind, and you want to bring it into reality. I feel like this journey hasn't been short. This is something that you have attempted to do. And, oh, I'm sorry, my stomach is hurting. This is something that you attempted to do. And it kind of makes you nervous because that's how I feel. I feel sick, like nervous. Like, you know, when you're waiting on a decision, it's something like that. What are you going through, Aquarius? Whatever it is, I feel like you worked on it in isolation. Not a lot of people know what it is. Not a lot of people know it's a goal of yours. This is something that you've kept to yourself, Aquarius. Okay. On the bottom, we have Cloud of Unknowing. Yeah. Whatever it is, you're going to make a great effort at it. So good luck is what I want to say, because, and it's different for everyone. It could be a last ditch effort at a relationship. Like, this is the last time I'm trying to bond with this person or trying this thing again with this person. It could be one last effort at a business idea. Like, I've tried this so many times. I've gotten so many no's. But this time, I'm going to put my all into it. Maybe you went back in, redid the plan, and you're executing something. It's just something. Could be a friendship. Could be a job. We have distance and air sign. Okay. Air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And then we have an earth sign. Okay. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And then we have moving. Let me get one more. Pregnancy. Okay. So it doesn't necessarily have to be an actual pregnancy. You can be expecting to birth this new plan, this new idea, whatever it is, right? But it can be an actual birth. So, Aquarius, I feel like you're putting distance between yourself and an earth sign or someone with earth in their chart heavy. So, someone that has um, a dominating Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or it's in their big three, their sun, moon, or rising, right? But I feel like you're moving away from this person. You're putting distance in between yourself and this person. You possibly could be pregnant, Aquarius. If you are, congratulations, right? But I don't know if it's because of this pregnancy you're putting in distance with this earth sign, or it's just happened simultaneously, right? You cannot no longer live with this person. So this is someone you actually live with because you're changing residence. You're putting distance between you and this person. It could be a partner. It could be the person you're pregnant by, Aquarius, or it could be the person that you have gotten pregnant. It can be someone that you live with and just simultaneously you're also expecting and you need to get away from this person. But whatever it is, I guess this is the one last chance to get away from them. I don't know. That's how it feels. Like this is something of a buildup. This is something that you made attempts towards, maybe to fix, maybe to mend, maybe to just at least live cordially. If this is a partner, because we have love spell on the bottom, you feel like you're waking up from a space of being not bamboozled, but kind of like bewitched. Like you're finally seeing them without that rose colored glasses. You finally see this person for who they are. It's kind of like that thing. And I guess you don't like it because you're trying to get the hell away from them. All right, Aquarius. Let's see what's going on. We're going to pull from true emotions because I want to know what's going on here. What's going on with Aquarius? What's Aquarius's true emotions behind this? Oh, Aquarius, that's too many emotions now. The whole deck just laid out. So you might be up and down lately, right? And it may all depends on your surroundings, right? If you're in this house, you kind of feel on edge, tense. So maybe you just go outside and try to have a good time to get your mind off the living situation, Aquarius. Aquarius. What's Aquarius's true emotions concerning this? Heartbreak. Could be a partner. So we have heartbreak. I feel like you're praying that you don't have to make this decision to move away. I feel like this is something that you're doing because you feel you have to. It's more of a force. It's not really a situation where, yeah, memories. It's not really a situation where, yeah, we have problems in this household, but I really don't want to separate because we built so many memories together. Like it's truly heartbreaking to leave this person behind, Aquarius. Okay. But I feel like with legal matters here, I feel like the situation has gone in, and I'm laughing because it kind of hits home in a way. Well, in the past it did, not for me, but someone I knew. I feel like with legal matters here, this is a situation where you have to get away from it because it's getting to the point where it's boiling. You know, when a pot is boiling, it's getting hotter and hotter and hotter, and you have to get out of here. You're like the crab that we put in the water. You trying to get the hell out of there because you already see where it's going with legal matters. 911 could have been called to this household. Yeah, we have side hustle, and I love you. Aquarius, I feel like you're dealing with something. That's why it's a heartbreak. You really don't want to move away from it. There is love in this situation. But it's in that energy is interfering with you. The energy in the household is interfering with other parts of you, meaning you're not settled. You feel a little scattered. That's why you want to move. Your home is your sanctuary. First thing you need to do is make your home comfortable so that you want to be there. Okay. The worst thing is when you don't even want to walk through the door because it's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? What's coming? I feel like this person that you're dealing with is kind of temperamental. So, for example, let's say you're an adult, right? But you're a young adult, and this is your parent. Maybe your parent is struggling at the moment, like a lot of people in 2025, and they're on edge. And you feel like you're putting more on it because you're an adult child, but you're still at home, which again is not uncommon, right? In 2025. But it's like when you get off of work, you don't want to go home. I don't want to go in there and listen to her gripe and moan, and the energy just shifts when someone is not in a good mood. You know what I mean? Or if it's a partner, and on top of that, you know, if it's a partner, it's like walking on eggshells because they're so caught up in whatever they're going through and their emotions, and they're not thinking about anyone else. And so when they react a certain way in the home, maybe that's another reason why, you know, you have to get out of there because you don't want to bring another life into that situation. Maybe this person is just an asshole, right? That's a possibility. And you just can't do it anymore, especially with being pregnant. Give me 1 second. Hold on. Sorry. We have faith, healing, and meditation. And this tried to come out earlier. Yeah. This is a person that you love, whether it's a relationship or a parent. And I feel like what you truly want is for them to get their shit together. What you truly want is for them to stop acting like a damn bitch or a grumpy pain in the ass or whatever, whether it's a mate or a parent. It's just something that they do, something in their energy. I kind of feel like a little grumpy spirit is attached to them and you just can't deal with it anymore. And that's just like small. It could be way more, but you know, I feel like this person is encouraged. This person could be like this because they're going through financial difficulties too. Let me add that. And I feel like with side hustle being here, this person probably wants you to pitch in a little more. And you're kind of figuring, if I'm going to pay this new amount or whatever amount, I might as well get my own. Yeah, that's definitely your emotions. Let's pull some. Let me get some tarot. Let me see what's going on. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to pull a deck, child. Okay, I found it. What's going on, Aquarius? So Aquarius, you have one last ditch effort to get somewhere and get out of this residence. That's what you're putting all of this on. This is one last move. Maybe you have some type of hookup. Maybe someone is putting you on to a place to get. I know in New York, you have to know people to know people to know people in order to get a deal. You know what I mean? So maybe it's that type of situation. That's why that energy in the beginning of you feeling desperate was kind of like what I was feeling. We have the Most High right after faith, healing, and meditating. So Aquarius, I feel like you're doing the right thing. And I feel like God is listening to you. Don't worry about it. Ace of Swords, because that's the truth, baby. Besides that being the truth, I feel like right now you have mental clarity when it comes to everything that's going on. You know what you have to do. I think you feel like Three of Pentacles, you would have preferred to collaborate and work with this person and save a little bit of coin. We have the Queen of Wands. You would have preferred to work with this person. So this person could also have fire in their chart, or this could be a separate person. Let's see what's coming out here. What's up with this Queen of Wands? Three of Cups. Okay. So Aquarius, you might all that praying and meditating might get you a deal, baby. I see someone coming in. It could be a roommate. It could be someone putting you on. Remember I said you need to know someone to know someone. I feel like you're about to hook up with somebody that's going to point you in the right direction to solve your problems with whatever's going on with your residents. This Queen of Wands seems to come in and actually wants to be of service, help you. So this could be a realtor, right? Or it could actually be a roommate, or it can be a friend. But it's someone coming in that's going to work with you so you could get to a state of celebrating the end of this era. So we have the Eight of Cups. Yep. And you're going to leave that grouchy, miserable person you were living with, and I'm sorry if it was your parent, behind. And if it was your mate, someone you were pregnant by, if you're leaving them behind, good luck, baby. You could do this. Don't worry about it. The Most High have you, because you have two faith cards coming out. So, baby, you have the favor of the Most High with this decision. Whatever decision you're making, it is in alignment. Just in case you didn't know. Yeah, this person you're getting away from was an emotional manipulator. Possibly this earth sign. I think that's why you're stuck in the I love them as a person, or I love them as a mate, or I love them as my parent, but I know what they're doing and saying is wrong. You know what I mean? They emotionally manipulate me, and I have to get away from it because they're not going to change. What do we, yeah, karmic connection. You went through this with this person, whether it's family, whether it's a friend, whether it's a mate. You went through this, baby, because you needed to learn a lesson that you weren't learning. Okay? So I feel like if you haven't found someplace yet, it's coming. If you already have, baby, let me just confirm that you have learned your lesson. The Most High is happy that you understand what you needed to do to save yourself, right? If somebody is beating down your emotions, your mental, right, it leads to beating down your spirit. And God doesn't like that. We don't want that. If you're a praying person, a person with faith, you know, God is going to create favor for you. You just have to ask. You just have to pray. You just have to be in alignment. And maybe there are things that you want to attempt and put out in the world, things you were dreaming of, things that you have in your mind that you want to bring to fruition. The problem is your energy is not going to be aligned where you were living to bring forth whatever it was that you wanted to create, because this person had you in staticky energy. Like coming home, it's like tiptoeing. I don't know what I'm going to get when I walk through this door, or if I do something that they don't like, or you know what I mean? It's kind of living on the edge, walking on eggshells. And so when you're walking on eggshells, you're not in a space to create. We have the Knight of Wands. So now I'm picking up, Aquarius, you have someone in your life. And let me just say something else. You attract a lot of the same energy, Aquarius. So it's time to spend time alone when you get this nice space, clean it out, clean your energy, and kind of like sit still and do some introspection. I'm going to tell you why. You were living with someone that was a pain in the ass. Now it looks like you had a karmic connection Not only with them, but you had to learn a lesson from a Knight of Wands too. Why is this Knight of Wands here? Someone you had to make a decision with about a 10 of Cups situation. Is this the person that you're pregnant by, Aquarius? Or you got pregnant? What decision are you making? Knight of Pentacles. Can you afford it? Can they afford it? Are they going to be a good provider? Are they going to be a good mate? Are we going to be able to do this? So maybe you're moving out with the child's father or your children's father, or you know what I mean? And I feel like this is a person that you do see a future with, but they need some growing up. They need to learn some lessons. They're not broke per se, but they don't have a steady stream of income, and it's kind of making you nervous, Aquarius. On the bottom, we have false person. So I would say this, right? Plan as if you're doing it alone. If this person is with you, fine, perfect, right? But while you're in these stages, because you're moving out, you're building a foundation, possibly with this person. Just plan and build for if a uh-oh happens, you know? Like Knight of Wands is in and out energy. Uh-oh means Knight of Wands went out for milk and never came back. Uh-oh means they went to go get some cigarettes and never made it back home 2 days later. Unreliable. Just in case this person proves to be unreliable, please plan for you, your children, or your child, and make sure you have security, okay? I would never tell you not to attempt to get a 10 of Cups with someone, but as you can see, you're in the Two of Swords. You're not even sure. So since you're not sure, let's get some insurance, right? Let's have a bank account they don't know about. Let's put some money in there, okay? Let's and have the statements come to your email. No paper statements, okay? Let's make sure the major bills are taken care of every month, right? Because this is the type of person that I just feel like they're not grown up yet, Aquarius, and you're doing grown up things. You feel me? You're putting distance between you and probably your home, or you and a mate or whatever, and then you're moving on. You're having a child with someone else or with that same person. Either way, you have to create some type of safety net beneath you. Because if something happens, male or female, whether it goes, you don't want to be left on the side of a road. You understand what I'm saying? You don't want to be left holding the bag. We have spiritual work. This is your third spiritual card coming out. Open your heart to spiritual career and heal the human heart. You are the light worker. Baby, if you're thinking about getting into the healing business, Spirit is backing you up. Spirit said you are the light worker, baby. Star power, Aquarius. Become an influencer of the company and earn fame, popularity. Step into the spotlight. Now, with spiritual work here and star power, do I really have to say it, Aquarius? Do I? Am I welcoming more tarot readers? Yes. Why not? Am I welcoming more Reiki? Yes. More. What's the new one I learned? It's called, is it touch therapy or something like that? But they don't literally touch you. It looks like Reiki, but it's not. It's the woman that I was watching. She was focusing on the shoulders, saying that we carry everything in our shoulders, all the stress, all the anxiety, all the pain, all the trauma. So that's why a lot of times you hear me say, I need to fix my posture, because I've always worked at a desk and leaned over, so my posture is horrible. Not to mention, first thing that hurts when I'm stressed out is my joints. I think I mentioned before I have lupus, so I get inflammation. And so for me, whatever you give me, any tip to release tension or stress or anxiety from your body, I'm going to try it. And I can tell you it works. So maybe you're in that area somewhere, Aquarius, whatever it is, I think you should look into it. It's time to step into the spotlight. That's what it's saying. So we have your money. Let's get your sexual energy. I mean, every Aquarius is not pregnant. So let's get the sexual energy. And not necessarily pregnant. When pregnancy comes out, it's birthing a creation, birthing a human, it's birthing a new idea, birthing something new, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to mean that you're actually pregnant. So don't get nervous, okay? Somebody tell me I'm pregnant, I'm crying. What is, oh, we have embrace, and that flew out. That's the Knight of Wands. So yeah, that Knight of Wands is coming for you, boo. He came out again. I can't show you because the Knight of Wands is on horseback holding a woman by her breast. Okay? I could describe the card, but I can't show you. Cannot show the card. Okay, we have Page of Swords. It's all about biting. What else do we have? Okay. We have Four of Cups. All right. Aquarius, it seems like in your sexual energy, you're playful right now. It's all about the touching, the, poking, whispering in the air, admiring. I think you like this person's body. This man on the card is very much admiring her booty. I feel like, yeah, you're not really showing anything crazy. It's really intimate. It's just about embracing someone, little bites, nibbles, kissing, you know, and you guys make a habit of keeping this in a relationship. It's always that kind of foreplay, that kind of teasing and flirting with each other, whoever it is, Aquarius, because they're not showing who it is, but maybe that's just your style. Let's close you out with a yes or no. Aquarius. Okay, so take a deep breath. Think of your yes or no question. And then it says no. There's thorns present. Thorns, like thorns in a rose. Handle with care. No. So I don't know what that means. Only you guys gonna know what it means. But whatever your question is, the answer is no. There's thorns present. Handle with care. So no, do not go down that path right now. No, do not take that offer right now. No, don't do this right now, because it's something that is going to require some type of care that you can't provide right now. Maybe a focus that to get this completed or whatever it is, and it's like you're not equipped right now to do it. So no, Aquarius, whatever that means, because you guys know what it means. It's going to be different for everyone. All right, this seems a little everywhere, so I'm kind of thinking I'm pulling for a lot of different groups of Aquariuses, but this is what I have for you, baby. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something from it. And I'll see you next week. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like, and share. Bye.